Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Command World War II, World at War. This is episode number 68, I think it is now, of my Let's Play series, playing as the Allies in this turn-based grand strategy and war game. This was taken from a Twitch live stream for my Twitch channel from probably a little, maybe even 2 weeks ago now. But this is deep into 1945 now. The Allies are in trouble. They're being driven from the continent in Spain. They're crashing in large numbers of garrison reserve troops out of the Central and Southern American countries just to try and delay the Germans. Unfortunately, a bit of a necessary sacrifice within the context of the game. But we are having some success in the Pacific. We landed last turn on Taiwan, and hopefully we will finish the liberation or conquest of Taiwan in this battle, or in this turn. There were no Japanese forces there last turn, so we'll see if we can finish that off. But yeah, that's the situation right now. As I said, this was taken from a live stream from my Twitch channel, so I'm actually going to go ahead and turn it over to that audio and the gameplay, and we're just going to jump right in without any kind of long narration. Chile joins the Allies. Diplomatic success in Turkey swings them 15% more toward the Allies. I don't really want Turkey to join because that's just more... Wait. The editors of war commentary are tried for inciting disaffection in the British Armed Forces. Yeah, try them. The founding conference of the United Nations organization begins in San Francisco. Really? Because we're still basically losing the war. Advanced level 5 tanks for the British. That's good. U.S. long range level 2. ASW level 4 is in progress. Okay, the British really need to stop sending more money to the Russians. Madrid has fallen. Hey, the destroyer, or the sub dove from the destroyer. Good for you, sub. More naval battles near Japan. Wow, that battleship almost destroyed our heavy cruiser. Not quite, though. Holy shit, they moved in and bombarded and destroyed our one air unit within range of Japan. God damn. Of course, the Japanese battleships are way better at land bombardment than the Americans, right? The Americans do jack diddly on bombardment, but those Japanese battleships just obliterate us. It's like Guadalcanal all over again. That army west of Rizan is surrounded. I imagine the Germans will reduce it this turn. I don't care if it's a level 12 Japanese battleship. Bullshit. We should be fine. Because I said so. America. Japanese tactical air coming in trying to hit our, I think those are Australian or New Zealand troops there. I think I forgot about my special forces in northern Russia. Or maybe I moved them in the turn. It was so long ago I completely forgot. Hey, look, they destroyed that army without even using any ground units. These air units are just so overstrength. The weapons just turning southern England into rubble. Hey, they destroyed another unit with air. Yes. This game clearly is of the opinion that that Dunkirk was just a matter of not enough aircraft. The tanks were too close. It's a rout, my boys. It's a rout. Northern Russia's a rout. Run away! Hey, wow, they used cavalry effectively for the first time in history, at least in this game. There goes the AA, but actually it served its purpose because they didn't attack the American unit in the port on southern Spain, so we should be able to load them up on transports and get them out. Chablinsk, enemy cavalry. I might actually be able to knock out an enemy bomber unit with our Russian cavalry if they have any hitting power down there, south of Perm. Down over here. Magnogorsk, or however you pronounce it. Huh, hopefully. The German Navy looks like they're not pulling out. German destroyer just attacked our heavy cruisers there north of, well, south of Norway. The AI doesn't seem to use its naval units very well. It seems very easy to sort of outthink the German naval forces. Not even German, just AI naval forces. I baited the Japanese Navy so many times. We had a far smaller Navy. I didn't build any new units yet, and we just obliterated them. That's a lot of dead units, by the way. Santa Isabella. Hey, look. The question mark turned out to be an actual ship. Who would have thunk? I also think the Germans have too many subs. They don't know what to do. The Spanish resistance reports sizable German forces are present in central Spain. Really? No shit. I had no idea. That's like on par with stream elements 5 minutes into my stream. The historical gamer is streaming. Oh god, they've got level 12 fighters. That's not good. That's pretty neat. All right, Patton. Patton's arrived in England, and it's only May of 1945. All right, transport these guys to Sicily. Transport these guys to Sicily. So Bradley now has a command in Sicily. Let's see what the supply next turn is going to be. 876. Okay, that's good. Palermo might be better. I think that's a supply center. Murcia. Meanwhile, Eisenhower, you're going to pull back out to... Do we want Eisenhower in England? Like, I don't know that I have enough. Well, if we do a landing, we'll want... Alright, Eisenhower's back in England. Guess who's back? Back again. Ike is back. Tell a friend. Alright. Alright, so good news. It doesn't look like there's much going on in the Med right now, naval forces wise, for the Axis powers. Bad news. Eastern Burma just seems to be a sink pit of units. Hey, we can upgrade our paratroopers there. Good job. We'll reinforce these fighters. Okay, we'll keep those Chinese forces where they are. Meanwhile, the 172 points for the Chinese. Let's actually go ahead and purchase. I think we can afford an army for them, right? Yes, we can. We can afford the youth army. All right, so... All right, so Formosa has been liberated? Question mark? Okay, so upgrade their long-range aircraft. Actually, all my carriers are going to have that upgrade available to them now with long-range aircraft level 2. I'm honestly not sure it's as critical, but we'll move these guys down here to let them take advantage of it. I'm going to start swinging my naval forces, getting them a little bit closer to Japanese home waters. They'll need to repair next turn. Ah, no! Japanese destroyer! Get him! Alright, did some damage to him. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to get them there in one turn. Taking some of these secondary bases in our rear. Throwing some of these guys on long-range transports now so we can get them back up to the front here soon. Yeah, as much as the long-range aircraft would be nice, I'm not going to delay the invasion any longer to get all my units to being perfect. A lot of my units aren't perfect anyway. So those heavy cruisers are going to be up to strength. Move this carrier back to Pearl. We'll probably start the invasion without it. Next turn, I'll start loading these troops up on transports. I'm going to do some scouting also with some light ships around Japan just to check out what's going on there. They haven't built any more naval forces yet, so that's good. Germany is still at 26. Okay. We should sue Monty for impersonating an officer. Well, maybe in our game. All right. Did I put anything on the West Coast? I don't think I did. Nope. Okay. So... All right, all those guys are ready. We do probably need to launch an airstrike on the battleship that's in port, though. I can't just throw these guys on long-range transports with them still having very strong naval assets in the area. So when our carriers are ready, we'll have to find and destroy that guy, hopefully in port. That guy. We'll have to destroy him. That guy. All right. So India's done. China's done. The U.S. and the Pacific is done, I think. Yep. To Russia. My Russian troops are worthless. Can't even attack effectively there. Okay. No supply for these guys down here. That's great. Hey, we finished off that unit, though. Nice. All right, so our cavalry did some good job. We destroyed one German air unit. It's a miracle. They had 22 last I checked. Now they're at 21, so that's nice. Their ground units are spiking, though. They're up to 140. That's a new high for them. All right. Meanwhile, the Soviets have a new corps which just arrived. Put that down here, just because if they do draw troops north, then I'll try and go for Urlask. I'm just trying to stretch the Germans a bit so they're a little bit more broken up. Don't want to attack there. Can't upgrade these guys at all. What's the point of having them there? We'll send them forward to die, hopefully to draw an attack since there's an air unit on the front line. But maybe we'll reduce the supply of these troops on the right flank here by coming up behind them. They still do have a rail line west to Ulfa, but I'm hoping that this narrower front hinders their supply line. So that's the Russian front, really. We already deployed our Russian units, too. Meanwhile, this heavy cruiser is going to pull back to reinforce. This American destroyer will attack this sub. It'll dive. Lame. Interceptors! Damn them! Damn them to hell! Of course, you can't do jack shit. German destroyers in the channel, that's concerning. So sending ships there to deal with them. We're going to pull the carriers back so they can reinforce their air wings, which are basically gone. I didn't actually want to drive them back into port. That was a mistake. They're pretty much safe when they're in port. But we finished off that destroyer. Nice. That was a very good result there. Inflicted 3 casualties on them. We hurt them in port. That's something you can occasionally get when you bombard a port, is you can hurt surface warships in harbor there. I don't know if I've ever seen a warship, or I don't know if I've ever seen anything but a battleship get that. Alright, so we're pulling the fleet back. We did destroy one destroyer. We crippled another. Panzer General or Panzer Corps are very different games. Dan. So I would say Panzer Corps and Panzer General are basically scenario-driven games. And I would say this is fundamentally not that. This is a game that is about grand strategy, whereas that is a game that is more operational in focus. Okay, first Argentinian garrison's going to move here. You know, the Portuguese should be very happy with me, because I am making sure that, is that a double positive? That they are not left high and dry here. All right, so we've got 2 American armies and an American corps in Sicily. I'm going to try driving up the peninsula a little bit. I'll add some armor to them next turn. Trying to think, guys, what haven't I done this turn? We did Russia. We did Europe. We did the Pacific. I surrounded the Germans. Not that it's going to matter, because they're just going to come and destroy this core. China, I already did. Moscow did just fall a couple turns back. Charcoal. They're swinging east now on the Perm line. I'm going to move these guys up here and see if I can retake Archangel. What's the supply situation going to be for these guys next turn? Not terrible. This must be a supply generating city. So 655 should be better than what the Germans have going for them. We're about to get into the full summer, though. The full German summer experience. I think that's everything this turn. Let's go ahead and place our new units. The American units, I think we'll have to place them in Europe. I mean, I'm going to do what you say Japan does and just stack England with so many troops that the Germans can never conquer it. Although with their air power, they might be able to anyway. How do I win in Russia? I don't think that's possible. But I might delay him a little bit more. I think that's the objective, right? I would say it's a little bit... It's definitely deeper than Axis and Allies in terms of level of strategy. That's for sure. The Germans have 140 units. Japanese are stepping up their production too. All right, so we've got 806 units for the Americans. I need those level 5 fighters is what I need. All right, so we bought 2 more fighters this turn. We have quite a few air units coming, finally. We've got 4 fighter units being produced, a strategic bomber unit, 2 tactical bombers, and then we've got 1 armored unit, all coming within this year. I have played Hearts of Iron in my life, yes. Coffee filter. Oh no! The poor core of Argentina. They just ran into a Panzer Grenadier mechanized unit there and got whomped. Good thing there's more Argentinian soldiers where those came from. Throw them on the beach in Portugal. Keep Portugal on the side of the Allies. Just a little bit longer. Hang in there, boys. Get me more soldiers from South America. All right. Honestly, I think for the Americans, if I can clear this German Navy out of here, which is no small task. I mean, their fleet is now, what is it? If we go over here, their Navy is 25, which is larger than the U.S. Navy and the British Navy, both of which have sizable forces in the Pacific as well. The only thing is that I think we do a better job of concentrating our forces. It will be interesting to see if they come out from the coast, though, and try and chase down some of these units that are a little bit more exposed as I kind of pull back and try and lick my wounds, because they could do some real damage to some of these units that have taken heavy casualties, but that would also expose them to counterattack in the middle of the ocean. I mean, I took Spain briefly. For like a year, we had control of Spain. We were just a hex away from Paris at one point before being driven back. I'm like the generals in Blackadder. Or Backadder? I've never seen it. The British show? Is it Backadder? Or Blackadder? I don't know. But the stupid World War I British officers on that show, whatever it is. It's Blackadder. Okay. Yep, that's me. Those terrible officers on that show. I've never actually watched it. I just know it's a satire. I've watched clips. All right, so that's going to do it for this turn. I don't have anything else to do other than to maybe purchase... I guess we can purchase more Soviet units. So there you go. We've got 2 more Soviet corps on the way. The Americans aren't spending all their money. The British are saving a little bit of money. Indian Special Forces. Some. We'll raise some. Okay, so reports actually. Let's take a look at graphs, MPPs. So Germany is making, oh boy, just shy of 1,300 per turn. They're losing some heavy naval losses, but they can replace pretty much everything they're losing. The Americans aren't losing anything near what they're generating as well. They're not generating as much as the Germans. The British are generating about 500 MPPs, but they're getting more than that from the U.S. They're losing way more than they're getting, but I think that was also because of those naval battles that we're now going to pull back and regroup from. And the Soviets are just not in good shape. Look at that. Oh, boy. All right. With that being said, yes, there is diplomacy in this game. Most of South America, I think everybody except for maybe Uruguay is now on the Allied side. Uruguay and Bolivia are neutral. Ecuador is also neutral. But all these other countries have sided with yours truly, and I have rewarded their loyalty by sending their troops into Portugal to save Portugal. Which is, the irony is some of these countries were Portuguese colonies. Colonies! The wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. And now I'm sacrificing them in the name of expediency to help the former imperial powers. Ugh. In any event, I think that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We've been doing it for just about 2 hours. This game is on Steam. It's Strategic Command World War II, World at War. If you are interested. I don't know if I think the Steam summer sale's over, right? But it was on sale on Steam. There's also a World War I version, which I am actually a little bit more fond of personally. But yeah, everybody. All right, and with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.